Welcome back to Outer Travel Inner Journey again with my partner Ulli. Hi Ulli.
Hi, Alexandra.
We said we're gonna release some of our magic tools to stay healthy and in tune with the honoring the relationship. So today we want to talk about essential talks.
Right, Essential Talks. I came upon it because you introduced it in the very beginning of our relationship.
Hmm.
So for me, it was very unusual. I never did something like this, and I was, to be honest, a little bit afraid to do it.
And a lot of our friends who we suggest this to, they seem to like, the women want to do it and the men, they don't like to talk about emotions. We are pretty clear on that. But to be honest with you, dear listener, it's either you do something for the relationship or you don't, and then you can wander from one thing to the other. And maybe you want to do that, that's fine too. But if you want to create a little bit more rapport and understanding of who you're living with, or maybe cohabitating or whatever, however you live your relationship, it's good to have this tool. It comes from couples therapy, so and you can spin it your own way. Do you want to say how we do it?
Yeah, we do it the most important thing is that we make a date in the week. One time a week, we make a date. We make it normally Sunday mornings on a long walk with the dogs. And the unusual thing is, I mean, we talk a lot in our relationship, and people say, we're talking a lot
Mm.
and we're talking every day. And so, why should we make a date on one certain day a week? It gives the whole thing a very special note. And the clue of it is that one talks for 12 to 15 minutes without being interrupted by the other. And you talk only about your own feelings, so you don't start to criticize the other. You speak about yourself. And then when you finish, the other starts for 12 to 15 minutes. You have to agree upon that. We set a timer. And this we do 2 times. So in total, it takes about an hour.
Yeah, roughly. And
That's the way.
as Uli said, it's very hard sometimes to come out of the when you do this, I feel like that. It's not the idea of the essential talks. It's more coming clear with yourself. I often feel that way when I talk in the essential talks and I listen to myself and where I am. It's more like, wow, this is going on inside of me. So it's an inside tool to recognize where you're at with yourself and maybe also why you're exuding certain vibes, and for the other person maybe to get to see what's really going on with you.
Yeah, and for me, it's often like, I don't know what I should talk today about. There's nothing really in my mind. And in the moment when I start talking, then it's like something is opening up in myself. It's like this talking makes builds a bridge to my subconsciousness, and suddenly things come out, and which I'm what you say really sometimes surprised about what is coming out here. I didn't think
Mm.
about this. And it's a kind of loosening agent. This kind of talk, this form of talking. It's in the beginning it was quite scary for me because I just thought, what should I talk about? I felt quite exposed,
Yeah.
and I had the feeling that I cannot talk 15 minutes about what should I talk 15 minutes.
Mm.
And by, um, it's getting more and more easy, and you get more and more open. And
After 7 years of training.
to 7 years of training, yeah, and I am very very happy that you introduced me to this. And I don't
Yep.
know if our relationship would be as good and as loving as it is now. I don't think so.
Yeah, and as Uli says, it's not easy to talk about what you're feeling, and you can go as close in as you want or as far out as you want. I mean, I can give you an example. For example, I would go back to this week. Today is Sunday. Today is the talk when we're talking. So I would go back to, oh, what was on my list on Monday? What happened and Tuesday, Wednesday, until I heard a story that I find interesting to reveal to Uli, and then I would kind of start talking about it. For example, Uli, we could pretend we're in the 10 minutes realm and I'm talking for a moment. And so I give you a fly on the wall experience right now, dear listener. So, Uli, how did I feel this week? This week was so full for me. It felt like I moved through 7 countries. Each day was a new sensation, a new emotion. And on Monday, I felt like I have to throw all the things that I work on into the bin. I can't do this any longer. I become a housewife. I had a real desire on becoming a housewife and disregard all my entrepreneurship. And then the next day, something spun around because I remembered gratitude. And with remembering gratitude, it felt like I reconnected to myself and to you. And that would be a short insight. So, and now it would be Uli's turn to speak. So listen to what he does, maybe for a minute.
Um, for me, the most important thing here is that I have really these 15 minutes to fill up. Um, we talk about so many things in the course of the week, and when I suggest people to do this, friends to do this, for example, we have some neighbors who are in a kind of separation now, and I suggest them to do this. They mostly the women, as you said in the beginning, they would love to do it. And the man said, I talked to a friend, and he said, no, I mean, what should I talk about? We talk a lot in the week, so what? Why should I take this extra time? And this extra time is a very special platform you have here, and I can guarantee you, things come out that don't come out in the week. Definitely not. It was the same. It was the same with me. It happened very easily. I'm not very clear about why it's like this, but you feel like you stand here or you walk on a stage and you know you're not being interrupted, and you know you can really let your thoughts and your feelings flow. This is the most important point for me. And the funny thing is that in the second part, so when I have my second 15 minutes, even more comes out. When I even think now I have already talked 15 minutes and I have said everything I want to say, but then in the second 15 minutes, oh wow, even things that are deeper behind my conscious thoughts coming out. It works magic. And sometimes things come out that are very, also things come out from you that were very shocking for me.
Mm.
And especially in the beginning it was like that, and then I couldn't sleep maybe a night or 2 nights. And when we didn't live together, I phoned you. We have to make a second talk. We have to clarify something.
Mm.
And so from the beginning the house was cleaned. It's like a weekly cleaning of the house.
When you say you don't know how it works, I think the way it works from my side is that when you are in a conversation, you're always on guard. Like your amygdala is on, like you read the telltale signs of like, oh, there is a deeper sigh. Oh, there, he looks like that. And you building up, or I'm building up inside of myself on and going back in. This is my territory. This is how I'm thinking about it. And when we do Zwiegespräch essential talks, it's you are not allowed to react. And because nobody is reacting is the magic where you can maybe spin more times around the sensations that have been building up in you, inside of you during the week.
Yeah, and also this is for the speaker, for the one who's talking,
Yeah.
and also for the one who is listening and has to be quiet. It's a perfect exercise to really keep yourself down and keep yourself shut up, and don't react, to get out of this automatically reaction mode. So you just stay there and you stay with the words the other one says, and I have to stay with the words you say. And maybe these words, they irritate me and I want immediately to react to them. No, but see it from this point, or see it from this angle. It's not like that. Shut up, just shut up and take it and be with it. So it's a kind of perfect meditation, also couple meditation.
Yeah, and it leads you into being more honest with yourself. But this is what we want to talk about when we see each other next, dear listener. It's about like how much should you lie to your partner? I think you need to lie a little.
You need to lie a little, as this robot Tar said in the film Interstellar. 100% honesty is not advisable in when you deal with emotional beings.
Okay, so tune back in when we're talking about honesty in your relationship and how we handle it. Thank you for listening.
Then